What's up, everybody? Welcome to Enjoy's World. If you are new, my name is Joy, and if you're not, I am so sorry. I know I've been MIA with making YouTube videos, but it has been a lot going on within my Army career. I'm doing a kind of a transition, and I'm super excited to talk about that as well, but I will talk about that in a later video. In today's video, I will be talking about my breast reduction, something that I have been wanting to do for years, and I finally, took the proper steps into getting it done, and I'm super excited to talk to you guys about it. So if you want to know more about my breast reduction, stay tuned. All right, so honestly, my breast came out of nowhere. In 7th grade, I didn't have anything. Like, I was very flat-chested. I've always been a very small, petite female. And in the 8th grade, like, I was a D cup out of nowhere. I don't know where they came from. It was just like over the summer, boom, D cup. So I've always had very large breasts. Before I got my reduction, I was a 36 triple D. So with me being a very active person, I've played sports all through, elementary, middle school, and high school. And then in 2016, I joined the Army. I've always been a physical person. So anytime I did any type of physical activity, I would always find myself wearing 2 bras. I needed a bra that would give me lift, and then I also needed a sports bra that would actually give me coverage. So when I first had the breast in 8th grade, I wasn't, I didn't know about me, wearing 2 bras. I would just always wear like, one little sports bra. And I would find myself like very insecure because playing basketball, if I'm at like a game or practice, like boobs just bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. So I just was like over it, and I had to figure out like, okay, maybe I need to wear 2 bras. So once I, got used to wearing the 2 bras, I pretty much did that forever. So after a while, wearing 2 bras, especially wearing the one that would give me lift, it would eventually like start having cuts. I would start having cuts and different things underneath my bra. It would always leave marks on my shoulders. It was just becoming a little too much. So finally I was like, maybe I just really need to invest in getting a breast reduction, but I just never knew when to actually like start the process. So I started the process June 2019. What I did, since I am in the Army, my insurance is under TRICARE. So I had to set up an appointment with my primary care doctor, and she sent me to a specialist. And all he did, because this was during COVID time frame, so it wasn't that I had to go in to see him. He pretty much had a consultation with me over the phone. So he kind of just asked different questions, what type of pain I was feeling when it came to my large breasts. I mentioned, how it gave me shoulder pain, upper back pain, neck pain, and different things like that. I told him about me wearing 2 bras. I also told him about the different bras, like leaving different marks on my body and different things like that. So after we had that initial appointment, that's when he basically referred me out to see the plastic surgeon department. So my first plastic surgeon appointment was, I want to say, sometime in like late June. So I went to that appointment, and the first couple of things they were asking me was like, have you ever done physical therapy? So I'm like, no, I haven't done physical therapy and different things like that, because I always felt like me doing physical therapy would be a waste of time, because I feel like it would be a temporary fix. My physical therapy was me using my heating pad. I knew that was something that would relieve my back and shoulder pain, but it was not something that would stop it completely. So after that, he pretty much told me that being under TRICARE, I would have to do physical therapy for 4 months. So I'm like frustrated, I'm annoyed. I'm like, how are you going to tell me that, my breasts aren't, giving me all this pain, and you can't tell me that I'm not feeling any back pain? Yeah, I got to go to physical therapy, boom, boom, boom. I was very like upset. So anyway, I started my physical therapy. I had to do physical therapy for 4 months, and I also had to see the chiropractor as well. So for my physical therapy appointments was twice each month. So after that, my next appointment was November 3rd. So after I completed physical therapy from June up into the end of October, November 3rd was my next appointment. So for November 3rd appointment, I basically met with him again and we talked about the same thing. He asked me, did physical therapy help? Pretty much told him no, and then the next thing to do was to take some pictures. So I took some pictures, and then he told me we would have to wait another 4 weeks, and then once I hear back in 4 weeks, they can start the process to actually be seen by the plastic surgeon. So once again, it's a waiting game. So I was a little mad, but I was just like, you know, whatever at this point, as long as I get the surgery. So my first appointment with my plastic surgeon was on December 3rd, and I was so happy because she was a female, and I just feel like, you know, with the female, they kind of understand the female body because, you know, yeah. So I was excited that she was a female, and then pretty much when I met her, she just went over how she was going to perform my surgery, and she just told me that I have yes, I have large breasts. Yes, my breast was saggy, but I had soft skin. So she was like, they'll just cut me up and down here, take some of the fat out, and pretty much give me a lift. She pretty much went over different things as far as like with getting a breast reduction. I may or may not be able to breastfeed. She did mention that my boobs may grow back if I do, you know, eventually have kids, but I was not worried about that. I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just in the now. I don't see myself having kids anytime soon. So I was just like, you know, ready to get the process over and done with. So it was nothing where they would have to like remove my nipple or anything like that. I didn't have to do like the anchor cut, because it's different cuts that you can get when you're getting a breast reduction. So mine was pretty simple. So she also told me to, when she was doing the examination of my breast, that my left boob is like a smidget bigger than my right boob. And the crazy thing about it is I never paid my boobs like attention like that, because I just always knew they were big and saggy, but I never noticed that my left one was a little bit bigger than my right one. So she did inform me that they will be sisters and not twins. So after that appointment, I was super excited to figure out like when will be my actual surgery. My surgery was set for December 16th. Being that I am in the Army, basically after that appointment, they had me go to the pharmacy. I got all of the medication that I would need after my appointment. They also gave me instructions to follow, you know, before your surgery and also after your surgery. They gave me my post-op appointment dates and different things like that. I was like super nervous because I have never ever had any type of surgery, so I was just like nervous. I did not know what to expect. I was watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos on different people going through breast reduction, you know, journeys and different things like that. That's why I decided to do my own, to kind of give you a perspective from like, you know, the military as far as being under TRICARE, and you know how I have to wait 4 months of, you know, to do physical therapy before I was actually able to do my surgery. So I pretty much was watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos and trying to do like more research on the process before my actual surgery. So December 16th comes, my appointment is at 11 o'clock. My sister-in-law, she takes me to my appointment. And once I got there, it was just, you know, regular stuff. Came in, I checked in, they took my vitals, they gave me my IV, and then pretty much after that, I think the chaplain came. He came, we prayed, and then my sister-in-law, she came in. She was able to say like her last goodbye. She took some pictures, and well, before that, or no, maybe it was after. So after my sister-in-law left, the surgeon came, and then she, you know, drew on me of where they were going to have to do like the different cutting and different things like that. And she told me again, like, hey, you know, they're not going to be twins, but they will be sisters, just to give me like, you know, that information again. And that was pretty much it. So next thing I remember was throughout the whole time of me being there, they kept asking me, do you have any piercings, or do you have anything that needs to be removed before the surgery? And I'm like, no, I don't have any piercings. You don't have to worry about anything. And I remember being like on a table, or I was like sitting up, I think, and it was like, oh, well, we got to get rid of those. I forgot I was still wearing my waist beads, because like I put my waist beads on like maybe year ago, a year and a half ago, and I just keep them on me. But I totally forgot to remove my waist beads before my surgery, and I just remember kind of like reaching down to, like, I guess try to take it out, and I was out, like out cold. So that's all I remember before my surgery. So I do remember her telling me the surgery was going to take about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I can't remember when I actually went in, but I do remember when I got to the car to go home, it was like maybe like 5:30ish. But after my surgery, I just remember being very tired. I was very like groggy, and everything was like slow motion, because I just remember the nurses was giving me some ice chips, and she was also giving me some graham crackers. And I do remember like hearing my sister-in-law's voice, but I didn't see her at the time. And I'm definitely gonna show you guys some pictures of what I looked like right after surgery. My sister-in-law came and took a picture, because your girl was looking rough. Okay, pretty much after that, they kind of like let the medicine kind of wear off a little bit, and then I was able to leave and go home. That same day of my surgery, it actually snowed. So I do remember being in the car with my sister-in-law, driving in the snow, but I was like kind of in and out of sleep. I did have a pillow with me to have like some cushion in the front. And I remember getting home, we pulled into the garage. My brother, he held me out the car, and I remember coming into the house. So when I came into the house, the dog, they have a dog, his name is Bandit. He is so bad, but we're not here to talk about Bandit though. Anyway, so Bandit came, and he was like jumping up and down, happy to see me. And then my niece and nephew was like, Auntie, you know you're back home. And everybody was talking to me, and I remember sitting down on the recliner, and I sat down, and like everybody was just like, you know, what you need now, you know, what you need, Joy, and asking me different questions. Auntie, are you okay? And I started crying. Like I just like started crying out of nowhere. I don't know what like came over me, but I just remember crying. And then my sister-in-law was like, Joy, like, are you okay? What do you need? And I was like, I don't know. And I'm just being like, I feel like I was just being hella dramatic. But at that moment, like, it was just too many emotions and too much going on that I just started to cry. So I'm just like, this is not how I want to start this recovery process. Anyway, so I started crying. Then my brother started crying. But we're not going to talk about that either. But I love my brother. He clearly loves me, because I'm crying. He see I'm in pain, and he gets all like, well, what the hell is she crying for? Let me, you know, shed a tear or two. But anyway, so after that, I remember eating like a little Hawaiian ham sandwich, because I didn't want to eat anything too heavy, and I really didn't have an appetite, but I knew I needed to eat something. So I had like a little Hawaiian roll sandwich, and I took some Tylenol 3 and also some Oxycontin. I think I took the Oxy first, because you can't take them at the same time, and that kind of like relieved some of my pain. But with me taking the Oxycontin, I will tell you, if you are prescribed that medicine, you will be constipated probably. I know for me, my experience, I was constipated for about 4 days. So the first night was very uncomfortable. I slept in the recliner chair, and it was just an uncomfortable feeling, because she pretty much told me I cannot sleep on my chest. I can't sleep on the side, because you don't want to sleep on the side or sleep on one side too much longer, because mind you, your chest is bandaged up, you know, you're swelling and different things like that, and you don't want to put no additional pressure on your breast. So I had to pretty much sleep like sitting in a chair, but like I said, it was a recliner, and it was just uncomfortable. I used my like airplane pillow, and I just kind of like laid back and got the best sleep that I could possibly get. So for the first 3 nights, my sister-in-law did sleep downstairs in the living room area with me, just to kind of keep an eye on me, just to make sure, you know, I was good. But I was pretty much good. It was just I could not do as much of like lifting and moving around as much, because you want to be very careful with the stitches. You don't want to pull anything, and you don't want to pull any muscles or anything like that. So they recommend like no lifting like at all. So even like juice and milk and different stuff like that, this was the time that I could like use my niece and nephew for any and everything. They were very helpful. So was my brother and my sister-in-law. Like, I was very thankful to be able to be with them during my recovery time. I'm still here with them, and I just appreciate, you know, being able to have family near during this time, of course, with COVID and everything going on. But I could not lift anything, so they pretty much was doing everything for me when it came to like lifting and different things like that. So I kind of was just like eating, sleeping, and you know, other than that, the first 3 nights was probably the worst, because they did mention like different sharp pains that I will be feeling, and my nipples will start back getting their feeling and different things like that. So she did mention like out of nowhere I will feel like sharp pain sometime, and I did, you know, experience that. And every now and then still, you know, in week 3 I would still feel like different pains every blue moon. Oh, I also want to mention that I was like having hot flashes. So like the first week after my surgery, I had maybe like 4 hot flashes, and I had another one like yesterday when I was in the store, but I think that was because it was just hot as hell in the store, and then I had my coat on. But yes, so that was like a weird side effect that I had after my surgery, was like me having these hot flashes out of nowhere. I believe it was day 3 that I was able to take my first shower. And when I took my shower, I was nervous, everybody, because I was like, oh my God, what did I really just do? Did I just really, you know, get this breast reduction? And I was like just excited to see what my chest would look like. But then again, I was nervous because I've always had like these large breasts. So I really just did not know what to expect. But when I seen my girls outside of the bra and just like lifted, and I was just like, oh my God, like these are mine. Like I was just so excited. And you know, I did my little happy dance, and I was able to take a shower. But when you take your shower, it's not like you're like scrubbing like you normally would scrub yourself. You have to kind of like pat and just let the soap run, you know. And I was very thankful because, like I said, my surgery was not anything crazy. I didn't have to do any drains, thank God. I just had the stitches, and they will eventually, it's like tape stitches, I forgot what it's called, the proper term for them, but they will eventually like start falling off. So I didn't have any drains or anything like that. So when I did shower, I had to, you know, let the soap just pretty much run down my body, and, you know, pat, and then everywhere else you can, you know, rinse and wash regularly. So I was excited. I was able to take a shower. I was excited to see the breast, but the thing about it is you are supposed to stay in your bra pretty much for 24/7. The only time you take your bra off is when you are in the shower. So this was the bra that they gave me at my appointment. So the appointment that they gave me my medicine and everything, this was the bra that they gave me. So this was the original bra that I wore outside of my right after my surgery. So with this bra, it zips in the front, and then it also has clips inside as well. So you pretty much will clip the bra, and then you'll zip the bra up, and it keeps you very secure. So this is the type of bra that they gave me, and this was the type of bra that I pretty much have to wear up until, I want to say, I think it's like 3 months, she said. I could be wrong. My next appointment is the 15th, and she would kind of like tell me everything, but I know I have to wear or maybe just like the 6 weeks recovery, I can't remember. But when I have my first post-op appointment on December 28th, and then my next one is January 15th. So after that appointment, I will give you guys an update on like what's next for me as far as my recovery phase. But anyway, so this was the one and only bra that they gave me, and after, you know, wearing it for like the first couple days when I took my shower, I was able to switch out and put a different bra on. So I did eventually buy like a couple more bras like this. So once I wear one bra, I can, you know, switch out and have bras that I can rotate between, instead of just wearing the same bra and having to keep, you know, doing laundry with washing the bra, because the bra does get very dirty, because when you are taking a shower and you really can't scrub your skin, it's just so much like dead skin, and it looks so nasty. It's like dry dead skin. So of course it's like that flaky, you know how like when babies are born and they have that like very dry skin that eventually like peels. That's how I feel as far as like this area when it comes to like me washing and not being able to like put lotion on or actually like really wash how I want to. So I have a couple bras that I can rotate in between. I think my surgery was pretty smooth. It was a very simple surgery. I did go from a 36 triple D to a 36C, so I'm officially a C cup, honey. So I'm really excited about that. I'm like super excited to be a C cup, because I feel like I was never a C cup. Like I just went straight to the D column and it was just like boom 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 boom. But to be a C cup is cool. I'm just like really excited to be like in the full recovery stage, so I'm able to like start back exercising and just doing different things like that, because I'm still in the phase where I really can't do any type of physical activity. All I've been doing is like sit-ups, and I've also been doing walking. Like I've been walking a lot. I'm able to like, you know, raise my arms a little bit, but I haven't done anything crazy like trying to do like any like extended arm movements, because like I said, I still do have my stitches and they will eventually fall off slowly but surely. Every now and again I do have like a little pain that will pop up and it's very itchy, but you know, that's just like different things that you may or may not experience within your process if you do decide to get a breast reduction. The surgery was smooth. I like really appreciate my plastic surgeon because she was very knowledgeable about everything. She answered all of my questions and she just made me feel good about the whole process. So I'm super excited to see her on the 15th to go over like, you know, my post-op stuff, and then also to talk about, you know, the recovery and how much longer I have to like, you know, wear these type of bras. I know I can't wear like a wire bra until like maybe 3 months after the surgery, 3 or 6 months after. But I really like these type of bras that they gave me. They're very comfortable, and I don't have to worry about having like a wire underneath or anything like that. So I think I might stick with bras that are that doesn't have any type of underwire. I'm just like super excited to be able to wear like those cute outfits and different things like that, where I can show my girls off and be comfortable and confident in my little outfits and things like that. Because like I said, I've always felt just weird having big breasts. I've always had them since, you know, middle school, and then everybody knew me as, oh, you're talking about Joy, the girl with the big tits. Like, what type of, anyway. So like I'm just super excited for like this new phase when it comes to my body and different things like that. So I will insert some pictures. I am mad at myself because I never really took too many pictures of like before, because I hated taking like full body photos because I just hate how my breasts will look. But I do have a couple that I am going to show you guys so you can kind of get an idea of what my breasts did look like. And then I also took a picture of like what they looked like after, when I had put on one of these sundresses that I could, you know, not wear before because how large my breasts were and how saggy they were. But you'll be able to kind of see the difference there. But if you're thinking about getting a breast reduction, just do it. Like, do your research, make sure it's something that you really want to do. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.